Hey, hey. Hi, guys. All right. So, Virgos, I want to take a look at the person on that has Virgo on their mind. And in kind of in the context of the Akashic Records, Akashic Records are the idea that everything that can happen, will happen, might happen, already has, and it already exists. It's already a written story. So, we're kind of taking a look at something that is already somewhere there in the ether. So, who is the person who is thinking about Virgo? But I want to look at it like right now in the present tense. Ooh, we have the lovers. So, first off, there may be more than one person thinking about Virgo right now. There could be two individuals. One could live far, far away in a different part of the world from Virgo, like literally the exact opposite, where it's day here, it's night there. So, they could be at least 8 hours apart. The other person could be somebody much nearer. Now, both of them could have similarities, though, because we had Gemini, and that is the twins. This could be that maybe Virgo has a type, and Virgo's like, oh, I have two different people that I guess I could think might still think of me from time to time. And oddly enough, both of them actually, when I think about it, they had a lot of similarities. It could be something like that. Virgo, I just want to know who is it who's thinking of Virgo, because I feel like, we talk a lot about how a character's energy impacts their life, but what about other people and how they might impact Virgo's life because of that whole Akashic record topic. So we have a Nine of Pentacles upright. At least one person is very single. The person who maybe lives in Virgo's own time zone, where it's daytime at the same time that Virgo has daytime, and they are single. And I have to say, their thoughts of Virgo are very positive, very beautiful. We have another nine here, Nine of Cups sideways. Okay, actually, both people have deep feelings for Virgo. Let me just ask person number one, the one who seems very happy when they think about Virgo. Three of Wands. They may be planning on reaching out to Virgo somewhere within the next couple months. Okay, what about the other individual? And I'm sorry, I can't shake the fact that I think there's two people with Virgo on their mind because of that Gemini card. Six of Swords. Wow. This is somebody very different who feels like their time with Virgo is totally over. I don't know if they were a hunter. I don't know if they went out and hunted for deer, or if they are somebody who just feels this could be a very, very like classical male archetype where they thought of themselves as like the buck or the hunter or something like that. They could have had quite a bit of, like, we'll say, machismo to them. Um, and I think losing Virgo was like a big blow to their ego, even though they still think really highly of Virgo. Can I just briefly take a look and say, what is it? Six of Swords. That could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The other one, by the way, could be a fire sign, the one who's looking forward to seeing Virgo. This person thinks Virgo is gone. We have them with the Wheel of Fortune. They are an unrealized dream. Like Virgo is their unrealized dream. Virgo is the person that they actually still have a chance with Virgo, but they've like put the jar on that and they've decided it's over. Why do you do that when Virgo is your wish come true? Page of Swords in the reverse, because Virgo's not spying on me. Okay, so whomever this is, by the way, we could also flesh this out and say this person could more specifically be an Aquarius, but then we also have Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo coming off of that Wheel of Fortune as well. But first and foremost, I thought of them as a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This person thinks, I know that Virgo doesn't think about me at all. Nine of Wands, they feel, I mean, they feel very lonely and very isolated. And losing Virgo or losing Virgo's attention in their life, I almost think that they maybe have spent considerable time keeping tabs on Virgo with, like that searchlight, that spotlight from the lighthouse here. Also, I kind of think that maybe they imagine that they've been looking out for Virgo or doing Virgo a solid or protecting Virgo somehow from a distance, keeping things lit for Virgo, keeping protection out there for Virgo. We have Emperor, we have Ace of Swords. Look, I kind of think that although they feel like losing Virgo was one of the biggest dings, it's like, if only I could go back in time and I could have protected this relationship. If only I had said the words I should have said. This is somebody who regrets not saying the words that they should have said to Virgo. We have that Ace of Swords with that white flower. We have them in a white t-shirt. I should have been Virgo's Emperor. Maybe I should have asked Virgo to marry me. Maybe I should have. God, I should have. So at this point, they could be somebody who's ready to be married. Queen of Pentacles. All I can say is they always see Virgo as moving away from them. And they see themselves and Virgo as, older now. But they see Virgo as very wise and more badass than ever, but flying forward, moving forward. They spend a lot of time daydreaming about what their life would have been with Virgo, about what they should have offered to Virgo. Whomever they are, Virgo is the one that got away for them. Okay, let's turn our attention back to the other person that has Virgo on their mind. The person who seems to be here in that sunlit. Both of these people think very highly of Virgo, but this other one, they are planning on, I'm going to see my Virgo. They seem to be much more like music oriented, a little bit more excited, a little bit more positive. Okay, not a little, a lot more positive mindset. Tell me about them. They could be a fire sign, a Leo, Sag, or an Aries. Ooh, Hierophant. They're also very spiritual. Picturing somebody who's more of a free spirit, somebody who maybe has like a different, like maybe they're into Buddhism, maybe they're into hermit. They could be a fellow Virgo or a Taurus. They could be very sensitive, very sensual. They could be like a musical genius, whether it's just they know a lot of music or they play music. But this is a very talented person, and this is somebody who thinks deeply. I do think they spend a certain amount of time alone, but not in like a bitter, miserable energy, but more like I feel like they are very drawn to a form of spiritualism. It's beautiful to see this character who also is excited at the prospect of seeing Virgo at some point. This feels really nice. I'm liking this person for Virgo. Queen of Swords sideways, Three of Pentacles upright. They might be still currently like extricating themselves from the memory of a Queen of Swords, somebody who might not have been particularly nice to them. They are getting themselves more single and every day. There's something about threes and Virgo. Like, I don't know if that denotes the time period, like in about 3 months or 3 weeks or something, they're going to go see Virgo. Virgo is like the donut hole that fits just inside their donut. Virgo is like this perfect thing that fits into kind of a thought process or belief system that they already have. They're like, Virgo fits so nicely into that. Virgo is somebody that fits me better than a Queen of Swords perhaps ever did. How do you see Virgo? And you think about Virgo a lot. King of Wands, how they see Virgo. I said at the beginning, they might be a King of Wands or a fire sign. They see Virgo as a person that they can't wait to go and visit, that they can't wait. I do feel like this person would have to travel to get to Virgo. Do you already know Virgo? Or is Virgo somebody new? Page of Pentacles. They've had limited access to Virgo. Everything here says they are... Virgo is like the destination point for this person. They're so looking forward to seeing Virgo. We have this King of Swords as well. I feel like they are either, I don't know if Virgo is like this person's muse, this King of Wands muse, or if they are somebody who wants to like talk to Virgo and tell Virgo something. It feels like Virgo has helped this person find words. I don't know what that means. Maybe if they went through some deep meditative situation and they're like, man, that Virgo has been like a powerful, touchstone for me. Maybe Virgo is like an old friend or somebody that they have kind of kept track of, but Virgo is like either a muse or a powerful individual that helped them to find their voice or find their words, maybe even help them as they released some kind of like damaging experience that they had at the hands of a Queen of Swords. And Virgo is like, they already think of Virgo as like a true friend or somebody that they would vibe with really well, somebody that they're also attracted to, somebody they can't wait to spend some time with. Did Virgo help them get beyond this whole Queen of Swords? It's like it helped them to find words. Oh my, yes. Two of Cups and a Page of Swords. Do you know what? When they were still mourning or even devastated or in a lot of pain over something to do with the Queen of Swords, Virgo's energy came up in their life and they found themselves leaning more and more toward thinking about Virgo, gravitating toward Virgo, considering Virgo, and at some point realizing I have more of a bond with this Virgo who could be somebody at a distance to me, who could be somebody that I think about a lot, or what limited interactions I've had with this Virgo have been more real, more energetically soothing, more helpful, more uplifting than any of the other relationship time I spent with a Queen of Swords that might have been more of my karmic. And I realized knowing this Virgo or interacting with this Virgo was something I looked forward to so much. I keep thinking that Virgo made an impact in their mind, and they realize it's because I vibe with this Virgo. Does Virgo have any inkling? Does Virgo know any of this? Is Virgo aware that there are two people, both of whom I would say are actually very deeply in love with Virgo in two different ways? One wishes that they had married Virgo, and Virgo is the one that got away. The other is the person who can't wait to get to Virgo, and Virgo has been this huge boost to them as they have overcome some problems in their own life. And I just don't know. Does Virgo know about the person who's coming toward them, that potential fire sign? With the Knight of Swords, this is very impulsive energy. I think it's going to be a shocker. I think that if anything, Virgo will be stunned, possibly delightfully so, to discover that this fiery energy person, Four of Swords, I almost think that they're going to come in just at a time when Virgo could use a little sting, a little sexy, a little fun, a little unexpected. This could be during a snow time, because even though this isn't a snow globe, I always look at that and it looks like a snow globe to me. It's definitely, we've got like a snow border up above, and we've got somebody like maybe shoveling snow, or in this case, raking, like a Zen garden. I keep thinking somebody lives in a place that's heavily snowy, and Virgo may not necessarily. They might live in a place that's snowy, and they could be very Zen. I think this is not something that Virgo will expect to show up, because they simply haven't had like all this time to spend chit-chatting together or anything. I think this is going to shock Virgo, and I think it's coming up this winter. That's the one that I'm rooting for. Okay, that King of Wands who seems to be coming toward Virgo somewhere in about the next 3 months. Okay, and does Virgo know anything about the Emperor that views Virgo as the one that got away? Four of Coins. Sometimes I almost think Virgo has a keepsake from that person, because I think that they were with that person. I feel like they keep something in a little box, or maybe this is more like once in a while Virgo can't help but remember, I almost thought that we were going to be married, but it didn't happen. Like maybe Virgo once in a while has a dream. I could picture like having a dream where something precious is like lost and can't find it. It could be like a ring or a ruby that should have been in a ring box and is missing. It's weird because we have Two of Swords, we have the Justice card. They could be a Libra, but when I say does Virgo know that this Emperor person still thinks of them? If anything, because they don't reach out to Virgo, I think Virgo sees them as the forbidden empire, the place that we never went there. We never built our empire together. I mean, that's literally like the forbidden city, the forbidden empire, their kingdom. And Virgo stops themselves even thinking about it. Virgo turns on the TV and watches something else. There could be somebody on TV that reminds Virgo or looks like this particular ex, looks like this Emperor who is the one that Virgo got away for them. And Virgo might intentionally be like, I don't want to watch that show. Or maybe there's like a similarity of a behavior, and she's like, I don't want to watch that. And Virgo might not admit to themselves that it's because it reminds them too much of them. Because I do see Virgo blocking the thought of them. So Virgo did have to move on from this person. So the idea that they're still hovering around, feeling like, oh my God, why didn't I marry Virgo? Virgo was the one that got away. The fact that they still feel that way, I think there had to have been something so incredibly unfair and painful and unpleasant that occurred between Virgo and this person that I don't see this relationship coming back together. I really don't. For what it's worth, it seems that Virgo doesn't let themselves think about that Emperor. I don't see any opportunity, because I don't see the Emperor doing anything to get Virgo back. I just see they live in a memory of Virgo's the one that got away. Let me just ask, Are you ever intending to do anything in regards to Virgo? Nope. With that Justice card in the reverse, or excuse me, with the Justice card, they know that Virgo walked away from them for a valid reason. And whatever it was, they themselves say, I could never get Virgo back. I could never get Virgo back. They cut me loose for a good reason. And although Virgo is the one that I will love to the end of my days in this lifetime and into the next, Virgo cut me loose. Virgo doesn't look me up. Virgo won't let themselves look up this person. This is the one Virgo's like, nope, will not go down that road. They treated me awful. You don't give people like that time in your head or your heart. I won't do it. Virgo actively moves their brain away from that Emperor person, the person they didn't wind up marrying, and moves on. I'm actually, in this storyline, I think it's great because I love this other person who's coming in for our Virgo. I love the way they are. I love the excitement that they have. I love the fact that Virgo has somehow helped them to heal from something and that they view Virgo as this amazing connection. So I'm all team this person. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Virgos, you guys are going to see my channel is going to be a wreck for a bit. Sometimes I'm going to do video releases. Sometimes I'll do lives, but I won't be able to do it live with you. There's all kinds of glitches behind the scenes right now that I am navigating. And one of the biggest problems is when I go live, many times when I'm talking to everybody and having a really good time, my videos don't ever process. And that has been impacting my channel in a disastrous way. And I just had that all confirmed last night at about 2:30 in the morning. And I cried till about 4 in the morning. And now I'm just trying to find a way to move forward as best I can. So forgive me that sometimes you guys will have to see videos that come out as videos. Sometimes it'll still be live streams, but I may not be live with you. It's going to be weird for a bit until maybe these glitches settle down or until I see another way forward. So it's going to be a little bit crazy, but at least I'm dedicated to just continuing to put out videos. So here's hoping we can get through this weird, bumpy time. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Really adore you. And thank you for being here. And thanks for everything, you guys. You're amazing. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.